I would like to call the Albany Conservation Commission monthly meeting of March 4th to order at, what's it, 6:28? 6:28. Mike is excused. I have not heard from Jake. So we'll jump right in. New business, approval of the minutes of February 4th as presented. I believe, I'll make a motion to bring those to the floor for discussion.
I'll second.
Okay. Any questions? Sean, you and I were here. It was great. We did the, yep, yeah, we had the.
Yeah, I wasn't here.
So, all right. All those in favor? Aye. Okay, none opposed, so the minutes passed.
Corey abstain.
Okay, the next order of business would be continue to review the conservation management plan. We had started that last week and had agreed to continue to review so that we can update it in the future, but to continue to review it this month.
Yep. We're at section 7.
Well, yeah, that's what I had written down in my notes.
I'm glad you did.
Shut that door. It's nice and warm in here. Sometimes it isn't always.
Yeah.
These are nice pens here.
All right. So do we want to continue with the 3 of us that we have?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just, keep moving forward, work for
sure.
45 minutes to an hour and then,
Call
and then just keep moving. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. So section 7 of the conservation management plan. Objectives and strategies, including special management areas. So I'm not going to read everything, but we were basically kind of going through and just, looking at the thing and seeing, and then just having discussion. Has anything changed?
Yep.
Or is there anything we need to change?
Okay.
So, in terms of wildlife, what's stated is there's no occurrences of threatened or endangered or special or rare species. Has any of that? Have we found anything that is to the contrary?
Right.
Objectives and strategies. Continue monitoring. Evaluate threats. Consideration should be given to maintaining permanent openings. Well, we made some openings.
Yes, we did.
With the salvage harvest.
Right.
So there you go. And the conservation easement holder will conduct monitoring at least once annually. So
Yeah, they do.
continues.
Sean, can you just back up just so I can get the
title?
right.
Yeah.
So that's number 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the conservation management plan
Objectives.
2012.
Right. Okay. Strategies. Okay. Thank you.
So that part holds. All right, plants. The western half of Bald Hill does support the rare and threatened world pogonia, the three birds orchid, and the autumn coral root. But we have not observed these in the town parts of the land.
No. No, just it's the Bald Hill track.
So none of that's been observed here, because that's like all that stuff's like over here.
It was apparently up in the, I guess would be the northwest corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere out in that section there.
Yeah.
But that, the salvage didn't have any effect on that, which is obviously a good thing.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, and Tim did a walkthrough to look for that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Didn't.
yeah, and it was, and the state approved the salvage eaters as well, so
Yeah.
it's kind of essentially a buttress there, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Prior to logging activities, botanical survey should be completed.
Mm-hmm.
We did that. Logging performed on frozen ground.
Yeah.
Good. Best management practices and legal compliance. So good. All right. C, natural communities and ecosystems.
Yeah.
I don't see anything changing here. It's
No, still in its.
the habitat is what the habitat is. Right?
Yeah.
Conservation easement holdover identify human uses that may or may be that are or may be damaging to the floodplain ecosystem, and work with the landowner to mitigate those impacts. I don't. I don't know what I was going to say. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's natural erosion, like some of the banks of the river.
Well, that's what I was thinking about.
I was like
Yeah,
erosion
it
and
is what
human
it is.
impact, and I'm like it's just natural erosion.
Erosion.
Really, it's like
It's, not without an Army Corps project of.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the land is continuing to be used as it has been used now with conservation easement. Land.
Mm-hmm.
Which preference should be, preference should be given to, frozen ground harvesting, okay,
Mhm.
great, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, okay. Right.
Oh, I just
Invasive species, oh my God.
yeah.
I'm
I was just seeing this up here. Object. Maintain existing matrix of high quality critical habitat, including grasslands. If farmland is developed on site, which it is, such land should be buffered by uncut grassland to provide habitat. So that is
Yep.
existing status, which is
Right.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Because when this was first adopted, the farmers weren't there yet. So, right, 2012, they hadn't
Yeah.
started yet.
Yeah.
Um, oh, invasive species, yeah.
Those damn spongy moss.
Yeah, right. There are documented occurrences of Morrow's honeysuckle, bittersweet vine, buckthorn, and staghorn sumac, and quaking aspen. That's supposed to be staghorn sumac, isn't it? Isn't that sumac?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a different kind of sumac. We certainly got a lot of sumac down on the edge of the fields.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that's a typo.
Yeah,
Okay, you gotta check it.
and there's no, that I'm aware of, there's no knotweed
Oh, yeah.
that I've observed.
Yeah.
There's maybe some barberry in places, maybe. No, wait, maple.
Yeah.
Oh, multiflora rose. I did not know that was an invasive. Or if I did, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
And no purple youthscythe either, I don't think.
Yeah.
The field would be a great place for it, I can tell you that, edge along 16.
Yeah.
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 So the land trust is also looking into how to address invasives, and
Yeah.
it's the discussions they've had. I kind of shared this last meeting. Is just that it's not a matter of if, it's when, and kind of. And then the big thing is if an invasive shows up, you either deal with it right away and kind of keep it out, or it's lost.
Yeah.
And then there's no point chasing it.
Yeah.
You just can't keep up.
Right.
And the cost and the effort and all that. So they're kind of trying to work on a building a strategy to deal with it,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
I think when they do that, we can take that strategy and apply it to what's happening here. But
Sure.
I think,
the general thing was like, if these things are already there, going in and trying to root them out is just,
and the definition of invasive is kind of apparently rather vague.
right there.
It's anything that apparently isn't indigenous to the area is considered invasive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's, I mean, I can understand certain things, like certainly knotweed and bittersweet. I mean, just,
Yeah. Ugh.
but some other things they're not going to spread as fast, but could be considered invasive.
Yeah.
Knotweed and bittersweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can really take over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fields in back of Brian Hill's property, up on where the ski touring fields are,
Yeah.
Okay.
it is desperate for bittersweet in there. I mean, it's
Well.
like a jungle.
Ugh.
And you can't walk through sections of his old orchard without, practically a
Going
machete in your hands to clear the way.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So,
That's unfortunate.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's like acres.
And all you can do is kind of manage it, but getting rid of
With
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beyond. It's out of control, basically.
Hmm. And that was farmland?
I'm sorry.
That was farmland?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was, and it's creeped in. And I don't know where it came from, but it used to be really bad in back in the water precinct further down back in the 1785. They reclaimed some of those fields, and the boundaries, those property boundaries, were just jungles,
Yeah.
and they basically tore them all up and things. So, at least as far as stands are concerned, they're gone.
Yeah.
What happened to all the seed? And,
Seeds.
Yeah.
it all went downstream probably.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or they're just waiting there. Yeah.
Which is where knotweed is. A lot of knotweed along the river, further down.
Yeah.
flowing water. That makes sense. That makes sense. So I don't know of anything changing in here in this part.
Yep.
Insects and diseases. How about that? In 2012, the statement was made, from observed evidence, there's fairly low occurrence of insect or disease problems on the protected property. The only noted widespread disease was beach bark. But this might need to be updated.
Yep.
So this is E. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's E, okay.
E,
Yeah.
insects and disease.
Yeah.
So certainly spongy moth.
Right.
And then
And
The
probably
ash
the
borer.
ash borer, willy aphid.
yep,
All right,
the hemlock.
Right. Yep.
Is that the hemlock? The
Yep,
woolly aphid?
yep. Ash borer. I don't know what else. I'm not sure what else. I'm sure we could add some more to that list as well. Probably.
Yeah. Well,
Just as a precautionary.
then just not so much like another invasive disease thing, but just the spruce are starting to die off. That's
Yeah.
just climate change.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know if that falls under the category of disease, but deaths of stands of spruce is happening.
Yeah, well, it'll make them, that warmer weather's gonna make them more vulnerable to disease.
Yep.
So, and there is some kind of, it's not common around here, but there is a spruce budworm infestations from time to time. And there's also another one, I can't remember what it's called, it's a tip thing with spruce too.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what it's called, disease. Right. I think the hemlock are vulnerable.
Yeah.
know,
Very.
right,
My understanding of that is, as long as we keep getting a good hard freeze, it keeps those in
Right,
check.
right.
But if we get a couple winters where there isn't a good
But I
hard
mean,
freeze, then
the spongy moth thing's really changed a lot of hemlock
Yes.
around here.
Yeah.
You know, along the Passaconaway Road.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you couldn't see, you drive along in the summertime and the best you could do is look maybe 30 or 40 feet into the woods, but now you can look like several hundred feet because all the understory's gone,
Right,
which was all
yeah.
hemlock.
yeah.
Right.
Wow.
And I suspect they'll come back, but take a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, they grow slow because but they can grow in low light, you know.
Yeah.
On the other hand, a lot of the overstory's gone too,
Oh,
so
yeah.
a lot of the oak's gone, so they may grow faster
Faster,
than.
yeah.
They're
We anticipate.
certainly gonna recover faster than the oak trees do,
Yeah.
right?
Hopefully something. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, agriculture.
All right. F, agriculture. The town of Albany wishes to develop agricultural resources on site.
Mm-hmm.
The town of Albany will need to develop an agricultural management plan that is
Yep.
in place.
Yeah.
Objectives and strategies.
Doesn't look like there's any changes here.
Yeah, I think we're meeting all of the objectives and strategies
Right.
as I'm reading them. So G, public access and recreational resources. Conservation easement grants the public the right to use any portion of the protected property. Protected property is allowed for hunting, nature observation, hiking, cross-country skiing, and similar transitory, low-impact, non-commercial, recreational purposes, but not camping by the general public. Doesn't talk about non-powered or human, doesn't address power
Not
systems,
yet, anyway.
at least in this sentence. It says what is allowed, but it doesn't really say what isn't allowed, other than camping isn't allowed. And that's been something I wonder about,
Yeah, because I thought.
you know, expressly prohibiting motorized vehicles.
Was it
Yeah, well, it's
something like 18?
the kind of the
Snow
I think the
vehicles.
understanding, which may be just a
Oh.
somewhat.
Next
yeah,
paragraph.
great,
Yeah.
great, okay. Right.
Oh, is it just
Snowmobiling is
discretion?
allowed at the discretion, but only on corridors.
Yeah.
Right, and I think what, you know, the determination for a long time has been that they would be limited to the field
Mm-hmm.
and not allowed in where they had, in the woods, you know, to the west.
Mm-hmm.
So it was basically only where they had been there before. We weren't gonna expand the snow machine
Yeah.
use in that area.
Okay. And I haven't been actually down there this winter, but
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
from afar I haven't noticed any.
I don't think, you know, years ago there used to be some activity in there, but I don't think there's been really any activity in there at all, because
Mhm.
now the rail corridor is pretty much limited to snow machine traffic because, you know, they're
Yeah.
running winter trains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they can't, that whole avenue,
That's
that whole
true.
Is
Yeah.
section is all cut off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
that makes a big difference. And then it says the Model Airplane Club. They can keep mowing the landing strip, small shade structure, fence, limited bench seating, kiosk.
oh, no internally lighted signs.
Oh,
That's
where's
too
that?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
It says unlighted signs,
Mm.
informational.
Oh, okay.
Uh, Oh, look at that, 6 foot width. Oh, maybe wider then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that, I think nothing's really changed here.
Yeah, right.
No motorized vehicles are allowed
Mm-hmm.
on the protected property. This is not meant to restrict the non-recreational use of motorized vehicles by the town of Albany to carry out forestry, agricultural, trail maintenance, or other management objective. And excludes snowmobile use on site by the public. Yes. All right. Objectives and strategies: improve parking areas, including investigating the possibility of converting the existing logging yard at Dre's Farm Track into gravel parking. Yes.
Yep.
In short term, maintain the existing log gate. So these are areas for, I guess, just updating that that's been done.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, Court, if for the minutes you want to put in that.
Should say, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that, we've actually done those things.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
In section G to update
Okay, yeah. Oh,
these objectives and strategies that
Okay.
are.
Okay.
About the parking in particular, parking spots, parking areas.
So an objective was to improve parking, so
Mhm.
we can now in the updated one say this has
Yeah, we did.
been done.
We might want to add potentially a future parking lot at the west end,
Oh yeah,
right? You know.
as an objective and
Right.
strategy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh, yeah, okay, here we go. Using U.S. Forest Service access in the gate, and it says, monitor use of this and continue a dialogue with the U.S. Forest Service regarding improving access, signage, and responsibility. There's no legally deeded access.
Yep.
Um, I'm wondering if do you have any connections with them about MOU?
Oh, yeah, sure. We can talk with,
Jim?
Jim.
Jim
Yeah,
Innes?
sure. I haven't done any of that thing on that. That's the question, but yes, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Yes.
certainly familiar, aware of it,
Mhm.
and Kevin obviously,
Yes,
had discussed that with him as well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right. So,
I could put it on my list too to stop in and
yeah,
introduce myself.
I'm not doing it. I just,
Yeah. I was gonna say, should we invite him to a meeting to discuss it?
We could,
That
sure.
we'd have it
Yeah.
formally on
Yeah, we
record?
could ask him if he wants to, you can
Yeah,
ask him if he
we've-
wants to join, and to do it. He might
Yeah,
not deem it
Okay.
necessary.
We should go
Right,
to.
yeah.
I feel like we should go to him first.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then if
Okay.
he's like, well, let's do a process.
Process.
Then we can say,
Yeah.
come in, but like we should come
Okay,
in first
yeah.
before just saying, like almost like we're
Okay.
right,
demanding he come here, which is
Right,
not
yeah.
what we're.
no, no,
I'm gonna go check in to
yes,
swear in before.
sure,
Excuse myself.
Certainly.
If you want to keep reading through
sure,
more. This goes about that far.
okay, well, no, we'll wait for you. Careful. Sean's term is up
Yes,
in 2025 and he's
Right.
agreed to,
right.
so he's gonna go see if he can swear in.
Oh, right now?
Yeah,
Oh, great.
while he's here,
Okay,
get it updated and
Okay.
done.
all right.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize we had so many agreements and I guess I hadn't really read through some of this.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm sure I read it in 2012.
Oh, right, yeah.
But I haven't read it
So,
since. I
yeah,
mean,
I'm glad we're reviewing it.
I'm sure we worked on a lot of this, so I don't see a lot of big changes on minor things, obviously, like this insect and disease thing.
Right,
and,
yep.
And maybe, obviously, updating the Davis Farm stuff, but it's mostly
Yeah.
the same. No, I mean, we haven't had any philosophical or management change
Right.
from the original get-go.
But once we got some highlighted points to change or go over, then we're gonna meet with Usfelt and, just say, hey, let's
Right,
change this up.
right.
So, yep.
Right.
Cart, we got you to sign for last year's.
No?
This is yours from last year. Just
Oh.
your signature.
Okay. Okay,
Well,
Make
thanks.
it legal,
Yeah,
make
Right.
it to snuff.
but I can talk to Lisa tomorrow because I'm in. We're gonna have them.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy.
And you're locked in.
Okay,
She just needs to see it the right, the appropriate form.
She's your phone.
did yours?
I remember that.
try and keep you on track.
Alright. So I don't know if you want to put that in the minutes, both you and I will
Yep.
try and contact.
Yep,
Jim,
you got it.
yeah,
Um,
thank you.
Post and maintain signs. I think
Yep.
we're pretty on top of that.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
You're the sign master.
Yep.
You are the sign master.
Town of Albany Usefelt should work to develop permanent access point for the Kennett Homestead Fields. What is that?
I'm sorry, where is it?
The top
Top.
here. The town of Albany and Usefelt should work to develop permanent access point for the Kennett Homestead Fields. In collaboration with the butters such as AC.
Oh, yeah. Well, basically, the idea, I think, originally was to see if we could get an access coming off of Route 16.
Right,
But, now that the water precinct basically gave that little corner property away practically, I don't see much of a chance of that happening. And there's no way they're gonna allow us to use that. There's a corridor between those two houses that coming off of like Olympic Lane or whatever.
Yeah, right.
But it's only like, I don't know if it's 10 feet wide. I can
okay.
imagine the landowners would scream murder if you went there.
Where is it?
It's between, I think there's 2 or 3 houses along that Olympic Lane, which is on the
Right.
side of the high school, or the
The
junior high
rail,
school.
Yeah.
right on the tracks.
Right on
those
the
ones?
tracks, yeah. So you go down that driveway basically, or whatever, and there's a stone bridge on the other end.
What the heck is it?
Right here.
So there's a right of way there?
I think there is. Doesn't show these houses. Oh, there, here we go. This is the pipe, this is that spring house or whatever's right here.
Right, yeah.
So there, it doesn't show these houses though. Interesting.
It's just those two.
Yeah, well, maybe,
Right
yeah,
there,
okay, well,
that's
maybe that's it right down through there. And that there's
The
a
water
stone
main is
bridge.
going through there?
Yeah, that's the water line that comes back from the moats. It goes underneath the fields.
I did not know that.
Yeah, there used to be a bleeder way up in the woods up there. And I haven't noticed it in the last few years, but there used to be quite a little ice dam in the wintertime.
Oh, huh.
But yeah, there's that wet area right down the foot of that thing, and there's that cool little stone bridge that crosses. It's either here or it's It's in this section, yeah.
And so is the concept that there's gonna be access like this? Or
Yeah, yeah. Or would have been right down here like this.
And this is where we've been cutting stuff. It's
Yeah.
that steep embankment.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, the water precinct, I don't know if this is water precinct land, they gave that
This is a
to the neighbor.
C detail on the upper left.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Perfect.
That's the change.
There it is right there, earth covered granite slab bridge.
Mhm.
So, and that was the, water line doesn't show here.
The water line's here.
Oh, is that it?
Water line.
It's a right of way, though, is that the water line itself?
I presume it's this.
Yeah, I guess it is, yeah, okay. Alright. Interesting, so it bypassed this
6-inch
building.
and 8-inch water mains.
Yeah,
So 2 of them.
Huh.
I know they were buried right in the middle of the field.
yeah, they put those in like, I don't know, 1880.
Oh my
something
God.
like
Wow.
that. And they've done virtually no maintenance on them, in fact, at least
Dude,
in the 100 and whatever, 40
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
since.
and none of our farming is happening on top of those, is it? Farming's all over here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it actually
Because
goes.
this is, there's drainage ditch.
Yeah, right, yeah. So
All the farming's
yeah.
on this side.
Well, no, there's,
This
there's
bit
the Richardsons
Mhm.
are,
Are using
that's
it.
There's
right,
this
they're starting to
section
move
right
up
here.
that way.
So
so it kind of nicks it probably, probably easier to identify because it goes right underneath the corner. So that the, you know, you follow that line down and where that corner turns.
yeah.
This is all wooded here, so, you know, so I'm guessing the Richardsons is basically right there.
Yeah.
You know, this is all right down here, as I
Yeah.
don't know.
Not, is there any concern, you think, with the farmers on top of it?
No, it's deep.
It's buried, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's gotta be below frost and all that.
Yeah, my bet is it could be like 6 or 7 feet down. I know up at the back of my house, it's 5 or 6 feet down. I tapped into that when I built the house.
Oh,
Legally.
yeah.
I petitioned the water
Okay,
precinct
yeah.
to hook it up, which I was like, it was great because I didn't have to put in a well.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Well, so should we maybe be removing this line of seeking to develop that? 'Cause
Yeah, I think you
it's
can take
just
that
not
right
gonna
out.
happen.
Yeah, I don't see that ever happening. There's not enough space there for a legitimate parking lot.
Parking,
Yeah.
and then
Right.
it's steep slope and it's right
Yeah.
down into wetland.
Yeah, no, I thought originally I thought we could build a walkway that went down and then skirted the wet
Yes,
area
right,
Yeah,
and stayed on our property, and then went down and either crossed that stream at the bridge.
Yeah.
Because that bridge is not. Only half of it, so I guess on our property, maybe not even half.
oh yeah.
yeah.
So you'd have to get an agreement with one of these two, whoever it sells, I guess.
Yeah.
They were interested. You know,
Yes, right, yeah.
when we first started this, they wanted to know what the plans were. But I think you could take that right out,
Yeah.
sure. So,
All right. So this is
so
this
so
is
that's
the line in we are
under
G,
public, yeah.
public access.
Yeah, so remove.
Sources.
Yeah, because the Conway, I'm thinking the Conway
Remove
Fire
reference
District is no longer.
So
To-
it's the bullet point
Is
under.
that, so what's it, so what does it say?
It's under objectives and strategies,
right.
and it's work to develop an access point for the Kennett Homestead
Yeah,
Fields.
reference to access to AC Kennett, from AC Kennett to access. From AC Kennett. middle school.
School with the Conway Village Fire District.
Oh yeah.
Public access.
I can make it bigger. Bigger. Better.
Oh, that's much better. For those of us with
Yes. Sorry.
poor vision.
I wasn't. Yeah. Well, my
Vintage eyes.
eyes were in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So we'll probably strike that.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. So next is monitor property boundaries.
We'll work on that.
Happening. Retire non-essential logging roads to reduce erosion.
We've done that.
Okay, good. The retirement process will be passive for most.
Mhm.
I guess we could leave that in if there's anything in the future that we wanted to do in terms of regrading.
Yeah, especially if there's any new logging. So,
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Conduct annual inspections. It's
They're pretty much, I
They're
mean, we really
thrown in,
we don't
right?
really have any culverts anywhere. We really don't no longer really have any bridges left. You know, since we took that bridge out of
yeah.
the Davis Farm Trail.
And there's not, I mean, on the floodplain, there's certainly no steep slopes with water bars, but on the pitch going up the hill, there's no logging roads up there at all.
No.
Right? Yeah.
There, you know, parts of that Davis Farm Trail are floodplain anyways. You know, and they do get wet. Like last spring, they were wet for quite a while.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I guess so. This would really apply to the logging that just happened. Is that this is something for us now that I'm reading this to be aware of that we should be
Yeah.
checking those
Oh yeah,
to
yeah,
make sure the
yeah.
water bars are doing their
Right.
job.
Yeah, and they you know, most of the loggers basically won't leave culverts in place and things
Right.
like that, and they'll usually put in a serious water bar if they suspect erosion problem,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and mostly in order to preserve the skid road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Clean up informal camping sites. I think we've not had
Yep. No, we
camping
haven't had any
issues.
problems with that, so fortunately, we did clean up the ones that we had.
Mhm.
Consider future establishment of foot trails to selected features of interest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Discourage damaging human uses with signs and barriers.
Mhm.
Clean up your dog poop.
Yep.
Meet with the radio club to determine future expectation goals and arrangements. We talked about having them in as kind of like we had the farmers in.
Right, yeah. Have them in the spring, maybe in May or June.
Well, one thing was that trail,
They didn't get it
they
out.
didn't get out, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I talked to them and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna get it. And then the
Yeah.
snow came and
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving and
It
that
may
was
not be
that.
that mobile anyways, who knows, you know. I guess you lived it there long enough, you wonder if the wheels will turn.
Yeah, I don't know, spring meeting or fall meeting.
Okay.
I kind of think the fall
Fall.
meeting to make him really.
Okay.
Or, I don't know.
You know, obviously the Roosevelt's been pretty religious about their monitoring, inspection. So,
Oh, the concert, yeah.
conservation easement, mostly,
Conservation
right?
All right. G, wetlands.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's a
It
problem
was
here, we
just
skipped,
G.
we skipped
This
D,
was G.
there's no D,
There's no D, A, B,
I think, right? E?
E.
Just like.
Oh, there's a D, D is in
There's
residence,
two G's. C, D, E.
E.
that's funny. We need to fix that.
It's a double G. Okay.
G1.
Just like we're missing 17 and the other one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So some formatting, I can put that in the.
Yeah.
Right.
Wetlands and water bodies.
Yeah.
Do we want to keep going here
Do
or
too.
call it a
Yeah, what
pause?
time
or-
we got?
It's up to you guys.
You wanna go to like quarter after?
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's go quarter after, and that way by the time we wrap up, it'll be 7:30 and,
Okay, say G wetlands.
okay. Wetlands and water bodies, are gonna keep,
Protected property consists of approximately 1 acre of wet meadow shrub wetland and 126 acres of floodplain forest.
wow.
Yeah, God.
And almost all of this is underlain by the Saco River stratified drift aquifer.
Do.
Good. Key goal is to protect hydrologic function of all natural wetlands and protect water quality by minimizing sedimentation and erosion. That is still standing and good. Objectives and strategies: identify threats to wetlands, identify threats to the aquifer, including human activities,
Mhm.
work with landowners and NRCS for BMPs, and manage recreational use so water quality is maintained.
Yeah,
That
see
is
the changes there.
achieved, yeah. So, H, forest resources. There's about 250 acres of forest,
Yoo-hoo.
which was healthy. Hopefully we'll come back. Forestry, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think that's all what we've been doing. Okay, at the end of forestry, it references the forest management plan
Mhm.
dated March 2012, so that'll need to be updated to
Okay.
our current forest management plan.
Okay.
Objectives and strategies reference the 2012 forest management plan.
Right.
Alright. Roman numeral 8, updating of plan information. Oh, well, it's quarter after.
Is it? Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's 7:10, okay.
Just thought that we did a Roman numeral.
Yeah, right.
So we can
It's okay.
pause at Roman numeral 8.
Okay.
We're, yeah, there's still 10 more pages to go.
Okay, so we're gonna stop here?
Yes,
Okay.
okay. And what page is this, Sean, just so I can, we'll know for sure.
Page 20.
Oh, look at
Roman
us.
numeral 8.
Cruised right along. Okay.
Oh, maybe we should, because the rest of it's just,
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
let's just finish it.
okay.
Because the rest of it is,
Is- Like footnotes.
yeah. Where do we go? Roman numeral 8. Oh,
Yeah.
updating plan information. To encourage incorporation of new forestry and ecological management practices where appropriate and practical, the conservation management plan will, at a minimum, be evaluated within 5 years of its effective date and every 10 years thereafter. That's what we're doing right now.
Mhm.
Ta-da.
Amendments.
Okay, well, yeah. Pest species. Because of damage from unauthorized harmful acts, man-made disasters, meteorological phenomena, floods, storms, infectious organisms, or exotic pest species, it may become necessary to amend the conservation management plan. It may be amended in writing by mutual agreement with the landowner and the conservation easement holder. We currently have no amendments, Roman numeral 9, and the attachments with the deed, the survey, topo maps, aerial photographs, wild habitat map, habitat quality, rare species, historic resources, trail map. We maybe need to do an updated trail map
I don't think
Yes.
we have an updated trail map, which I think is also on the list of.
To create
old,
one.
Old business maybe, it was.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
yeah, I threw it on
And then,
there.
and then obviously the update would, it would be it would include the updated plan.
Yeah.
Right.
Updated forest management plan. And then these are the actual
They're
attachments
attachments.
themselves. Okay,
Sweet.
so that is,
Look at us.
so you got some changes in this month's minutes, and I got some changes in last month's minutes, and that's our proposed changes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I can then go through and just take those and make a draft.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We can vote on it.
Mhm.
Or, I guess what? We would
What?
share it with
With
use
Use Felts, yeah.
see if they agree, and then
Mhm.
vote on it,
Yeah.
adopt it.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Over to you, Kathy.
Excellent. All right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So under old business, I just put on, to raise money for the Conservation Commission in the future. Yes, trail maps need to be updated because we've added some new ones to our this. Sean completed his mission. Thank you for agreeing to be some more, to continue.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble talking tonight. I had trouble at home. I couldn't find my words. I must be tired. And then went to meet in April
Yeah.
with Usefelt. I mean, they had said, that they might want to meet during the day.
Mm-hmm.
And we had bounced that idea around a little bit.
Yeah. So this was because the land trust staff,
Yes.
rather than having them do extra hours in the evening at 6:30 to
Yes.
try and accommodate a daytime meeting.
And I suppose, yeah.
When
Yeah. And would that meeting have to be public? Or can we just meet with them during the day
I
and
think we
then,
just meet them, right?
and then-
Meet them at their offices if we wanted to.
if it's 3 of us, it's a meeting
right,
that has to be posted.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, especially if we're discussing.
if it's 2 of us.
If it's two of us, it's not a quorum. It's not
Yeah, we
anything.
could just,
Yeah,
Okay.
so could do that.
mm-hmm.
Um,
And then,
I maybe have the most flexibility. I don't know. So we could coordinate that by email,
mm-hmm, sure,
offline,
sure.
instead
Yeah,
of known.
I can
Yes.
probably be pretty flexible too.
Could you? Okay.
It's necessary,
All right,
not a problem.
all right, we're gonna keep the 3 of us then in the loop and we can,
Find a time.
as long as 2 of us are there to,
Yeah, meet with Cindy and
and
whoever
yes,
else.
and go over these proposed changes and see, or get their input,
Yeah.
what they're thinking. Okay, perfect.
All right. I think we made it.
Okay. I don't have anything else. Do you gentlemen have anything you'd like to add for tonight's meeting?
No?
Just add a motion to adjourn.
Okay, and I will second that motion.
Okay, so you got,
Sean, Kathy,
Kathy.
all those in favor? Aye. Excellent. Meeting adjourned at 7:16, what is
Yep.
that, 7:20, 7:19? 7:19. Thank you.